Hi there. This is my 2016 XC60. Actually, it's my wife's car. The door does not lock or unlock. It's broken. Currently, I have the door panel off just to prove a point, but I'm gonna try and unlock it. Doesn't unlock. The car will lock because the door is locked, but oh! Point being, very inconsistent that it locks and unlocks as you want it to, and I have a feeling it's the actual lock itself. Now, I bought the part, I've got the door part, let's go ahead and change it out. Here are the tools you're gonna need to get this job done. And I kid you not, this is all you're gonna need. Your life will be a little easier with a couple of power tools, give her the old ugga-dugga, but you can get away with just these. So we've got, from left to right, a pry tool. This is gonna be to pull the door card off, the door panel on the inside. A small screwdriver, flathead, or a pick or something just to get your electrical connections pulled apart. This is a 7mm, a T20 Torx, a T30 Torx, and a ratchet or like a screwdriver that these bits can go on. And that's all you're gonna need. Let's get into it. To get your door panel off, there are 2 screws, 2 Torx right there that you're gonna need to pull off, and then the door is just held on with a bunch of clips. So you're gonna take yourself a pry tool and you can pry along the outside. Just give it moderate pressure and it'll pull the door panel off. You can see all of those here. They are all the white clips. And then on the top, you have a series of tabs, which again, clip into the door panel that you can just pull straight out. Once you've done that, you have your door handle cable. This can just be pulled off. There are 2 clips that hold it in place on the outside. You just pry those out and this comes off. And 2 electrical connectors. So you get yourself to this point. You have a series of 7mm bolts that are on the perimeter all the way around that you need to remove. And once you've done that, the door panel will be loose, but you still will not be able to remove the panel. We have to, remove the lock here, I believe. For now, I'm gonna tape the window up. It's gonna rain, so I'm trying to do this quickly. Looks like a T30. Actually also need to remove the door handle. All right, we gotta actually remove the door handle too. So to do that, we'll look at this super reflective surface. I'm sure that'll be helpful for everybody. We will remove this plug, and there's a Torx screw that's in there. I'm guessing that it's our T20. Yep, T20. Go ahead and unscrew that. There's no chance I don't drop this, by the way. Okay. I guess I can just pull that out. Okay, you don't have to unscrew. Maybe it's even what am I trying to say? The screw might be captured. You see right there, I believe it's a captured screw, but once it's loose, don't keep unscrewing it because you might be able to actually pull it out, but it's still in there. So once it's loose, it's loose. Pull the cap off just by pulling, like you saw. That's where it screws in. Cap pulls straight off, and then I'm told, at least, I haven't tried this, but I'm told the handle just goes like that. Check it out. And then to pull this out, you kind of do one of those. And, you know, I have no idea how you disconnect it from there, but I think that's all we need to do for now. There is a Torx here that I believe we probably need to remove, so I'll just do it. Another T20. Once that's loose, this thing definitely now able to be removed. How does that help us? We shall see. Okay. Okay. Something broke. Not to worry. We don't need it. I need to get that. Oh man, I'm falling. I need to get this off. So I've got to push this back to relieve the tension. Okay. And now the handle can fall out. Perfect. That was holding everything up. So just got to be really careful though, because you can see I put like a lot of tension on these wires and you could easily break these. I luckily did not. So, you know, take it from me, just be really gentle with this thing, pulling it out. Relieve the pressure from this door panel hanging on. Now, this whole thing comes out, or at least it should. We got one harness still attached. I'll show you that. Okay, and then I can do this in my garage, but so the harness is attached at multiple points, so I can't actually pull this off. It'll be easier to just do it here. This is our mechanism right here. This is the electronics that failed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just swap this thing out real quick and see if it'll lock now. Really roughing it today, folks. We're out in the driveway, the weedy driveway. This thing is a piece of crap because we've got another piece of crap in the garage. So here's the part we're installing. Here is the part. This looks pretty much the same. Okay, cool. This is the wrong part. Sweet. Despite it not being the same, I am still removing it. So on the actual module itself, if you wanted to remove the cable easily, you actually just, on the back side here, you turn it 90 degrees, like so. Do it, and you can pull it right out. So that's how you should do that. So you actually push these tabs, like this one, you'll pull towards you, and then the one on the other side, you'll push away from it. And you got to do that on both of these sides. And it ends up, you know, looking like this here. So you can see what I'm talking about. You want to spread these basically. We got a new lock mechanism. Roughly the same shape, slightly different over here, a little bit longer. I don't know. We're going to find out if this works or not. First thing I'm going to do, I think, is just plug it in and see if it actually works. I'm not sure if that, yeah, should be fine. I don't remember how this came apart, so I'm going to have to watch my video back probably. But for now, let's just go ahead and plug it in. I'm guessing it was over here. Okay. So far, so good. We actually can plug it in. Yes, I can hear it actually working. So that does it. This is actually going to work. This part does fix the issue. Let me go ahead and show you what this looks like compared to the other one. Right, so here's the new one. You guys can see that. Here's the old one. So the actual physical shape of the mechanism and all that's the same. This solenoid over here is the same, but the side profile is a little different. I don't think that really matters. It's really just the plug position that changed. But we'll find out. It should be fine. But what I want to do actually quickly is just do an AB, ABA, I guess, just to see if in fact this part does not work. No. Nope, this one's not working. Nope. All right, so let's put the other one back. Yeah, there you go. Back to functioning. So this part fixes the issue, which is sweet. We figured that would be the case. Just, you know, proving it out is great. So I'm gonna go ahead and rewatch my video on how this came apart, and so I can reassemble it. All right, I actually didn't watch a video. I just started playing around. let me show you what I came up with. So you've got the locking mechanism here. That plugs in to this piece, which you can see actually does work, so that's cool. So I've got the panel, let's see, speaker pointing into the car. The mechanism sits in here like so. You've got the other piece on this side that I believe we need to reconnect somehow, but this guy actually has one locking tab, one clip that kind of holds it in place, and it's right there. Let's see. Yep. So this guy, little piece of plastic that holds it in place. You just kind of push it in there, and it snaps in place. Now, I have to figure out, I believe there's another one somewhere. So there's a little tab right here, and you've got this metal piece that kind of just goes in there like so. So it doesn't lock all of that well. It kind of just holds it. It's not like a super strong hold, but it will push into place, and it can come out of place pretty easily. But once this is in the car, this is going to be bolted to the door, so it's not too big of a problem. Just, you know, don't pull too hard on it. Next thing, we got to connect some cables. Those are going to be a pain in the butt. I do not remember how those go. All right, so I had pulled this cable out. I'm going to go ahead and feed it back through. This is hard to do one-handed, by the way. Really not an easy task, but all right, that's in. So now when we pull this, that's going to open our door. Perfect. That cable is installed. Now, what I was trying to show you that's very difficult to do, it's right here, this piece. So that was that weird clippy piece. That's its home right there. Pieces that separate, the two sides that separate, those go out, and you just push it in until it clicks. It's pretty straightforward, actually. I mean, it's a little pain to do, but I like this setup right here, like sitting against the door. If you could prop it like this, like I'm doing, that would be pretty helpful, I think. So next piece we've got is this one. I'm guessing it's on the other side. So let's go ahead and flip it. And there's a cutout, right here. Which side is which? And then where does it go to? So this piece goes here and here. Clip this guy in place. So this is what I was talking about. The two ends that you can like pull apart, those go out, and you just push that in place like so. We got our little, rub situation here, rub cable. Guess we just kind of go like this. A little odd. Okay. That installs like that. You guys couldn't see me doing that, which is a shame. This guy. So just push that in place, and then same thing. This thing kind of does one of these, and that's it. So now when this pulls, I think this is the door latch. That's going to open the door as well. So that's the door on the out. This is for the door on the outside. The other cable's for the door on the inside, the door handle, and that's it. We are completely installed here. Okay, that was a lot easier than I expected, actually. That was way easier than I expected it to be. Just kind of guide it in there. Nothing to it. The child lock does not have a, there's no way to actuate the child lock. I'm not sure if I just need to install something. So this is the piece for the child lock. The old one had it. I'm looking at basically this. I am looking at this inside the door right there. I noticed the old one doesn't, or the new one does not have this piece, so I guess I'm just gonna install it. Hopefully I don't drop it. Yeah, you gotta do this with the door off. Or at least turns, I suppose. Uh-oh. No, it didn't work. Shit. It popped the whole motor assembly apart. What the fuck? Cheap parts. Fuck. Right. So no. Fuck. Oh man. The electrical connector. Oh no. There's no way to get that back in. Shit. That sucks. That sucks. All right. Well, you can just drop the door back down. It's really not that big of a deal, but let's go back outside. We are gonna put that handle back in. Basically, it's like kind of a weird process here, right? So this is gonna go in sort of like that. It's just gonna it's gonna sit, wires through. We gotta push this up into place, kind of, and then reconnect this electrical connector, this is gonna be really hard to do, I think. Yeah, this is gonna be really tough. So I'm gonna support it with my knee so I can get a hand in here. Sorry, I'm blocking the view here. Trust me, I need every bit of this space. Not too bad. I broke the locking tab for that, but it'll be fine. It mostly is fine because I have no other option. So yeah, gonna go ahead and push all of this back together now, again. So I'm sitting here tinkering away, and all of a sudden I get a notice on my phone, severe thunderstorm warning. That cloud looks ominous. I have a little bit of time left, but I think I need to wrap this up quickly. My dog's gonna freak out too. Let's be quick. And I'm running out of storage on my phone. All right, so I put 2 screws in. I said I'm wiser now. I'm not gonna install everything. Hopefully you saw all of that. Right, so this guy's in. It's the reverse of taking it off. Basically, we're gonna make sure you install this plastic rubber piece. It's hard to do with one hand, but and then there's this this tab here that's for the actual like locking piece that this handle falls into. You want to make sure that's aligned correctly. We're going to push the handle in and push over to the right. I'm sorry, to the left, the opposite of right. Handle's in place, and then we're just going to slot this guy in, I think, like that. And now we can screw that in all the way. Focus, T20. We're just going in off to an angle here. Okay, that's tight. Now our handle is installed. Okay, now let's finish up in here. We're gonna put the panel back on, and we'll be all done. I think I should be able to just push that in place. It was that easy. There's just those locking tabs on top. Push them in, and now we hit the door panel all the way around, and I'm not kidding, that is the process. Okay. Door panel's on. Got our last 2 torques. We got 2 more things left. We got to go ahead and pop this guy in. Okay. It's just 2 clips. And then we got to put this in. That works. That works. Sweet. That's the job done. I realize you were maybe off camera there. I will say it's a little louder. The actual like locking mechanism noise when it unlocks. It's like a little louder than the original, but for like a quarter of the price, okay with it. That's it. Good luck.